It all started at the foot of Longfellow 35 years ago.
And I really started out trying to find out a little bit more about my grandfather, who died when I was very young, and who I had heard was a mayor, and who I'd also found out his term as a mayor was terminated before he finished his term. And so I was doing a little research in some of the local papers, found out that actually he was impeached over his opposition to some gambling in downtown Hermosa Beach. So he had his little place in history, and in the process I found out what a unique history Hermosa Beach had. A year ago, Jerry Compton, president of the Chamber of Commerce, asked me to be head of the historical committee for the Chamber of Commerce. And it discovered that there had been an attempt to start a historical society in Hermosa Beach several years ago, and a great number of the treasures from that process were still maintained, and were looking for a place. And at the same time, a number of people were talking about starting a historical society, so everybody got together and we formed a nonprofit corporation.
This is the 80th birthday parade of the city of Hermosa Beach, and unprecedented in the city of Hermosa Beach, probably since 1912, in the old 1912 days. How else would one have a parade in Hermosa than have it slightly off-center?
There's Logan Cotton and
Logan
his
Cotton,
wife.
our Grand Marshal, give him a big wave here.
I don't know who's driving. Oh, there it says.
It says Logan Cotton, Grand Marshal, is what it
I was
says.
wondering who owned and was driving the car. We don't know, but isn't it a beauty?
It's a beautiful car, signifying the first decade of the existence of Hermosa.
Isn't that
I bet
wonderful?
it goes back to the 19
that-
teens anyway, huh?
Well, 1907 the first date, and then I guess the early teens.
1932, I never thought that I would be here in 1987 to help celebrate this fine occasion as the 80th birthday of this marvelous city. The thing that I appreciate mostly are these young people around here that will not forget Hermosa Beach. And I think of the many of the city officials that have had their problems here and there, but they resolve them with such occasions like this. Back in the early 30s, we did have fiestas. That's the only thing we had to do, really, because it was in the Depression days. I won't go into that. I'm glad to be here, and I thank you for having the privilege of being the Grand Marshal with my lovely wife, who on October the 2nd, her and I will celebrate our 70th wedding anniversary together.
Roy Seawright, Etta Williams. Look at that beauty of a car.
Etta Williams and Roy Seawright. Roy, perhaps one of the more famous personalities in the city of Hermosa, was for many years with the Hal Roach Studios.
Then you do all the early Topper special effects?
Topper special effects and Laurel and Hardy.
Now, look, leading this parade comes Bunny
There's
Seawright.
Bunny
There
Seawright.
we go.
And I'll bet there are a whole bunch of Seawrights in that family.
I bet there are too. She said she wanted to lead the parade because she was born in 1907, and here is her great-grandbaby born in 87. That does span the whole time. There goes Pat Gazen, our first woman mayor, strolling by to be sure she catches all the sights.
Catches the entire parade.
Yeah.
Today's been a fabulous day, a real emotional kind of a day for those of us that have been here. We've seen lots of changes. People complain that there are too many people, but we've had the best of it all, and it doesn't get any better than Hermosa Beach. People have had a very fun time pulling this whole thing together. I think Dick, Carol's husband's copy machine has been getting a workout.
Isn't Dick an officer in the Historical Society, I believe?
Yes, I believe he is one of the handful.
Oh, now here comes the Bob Berge Benz of Berge Live.
Oh, yeah. Bob Berge from M&L Cable, of course.
That's their Friday night comedy show that they do from Hermosa Beach?
Absolutely. It's their kind of comment on the week's activities, preceding week's activities, right.
Oh, and look at all the cages and the dogs and the rabbits. My goodness, they brought their whole population with them today.
And she has trained them so darn well for this parade. I think she's
Look at that.
Alice, multifaceted lady.
We just had a great time in the Hermosa Beach 80th birthday parade. Katie here was in the pet parade part. She was a winner too. We ought to have one of these every year.
I wanted to give recognition to a couple of people. The wellspring for the idea of an 80th parade and of documenting part of our history goes to the Hermosa Beach Historical Society, newly founded, and its president, or Learned Lumber.
And now comes our HBHS entry. Our Save the Railroad right of way.
That's right. How green is our valley? Something like this.
Yes, a good acronym.
I was going to say about catamarans. We just saw a Hobie Cat go by here. Of course, it's a shallow-hulled catamaran. And Bob Bergstrom, Stewie Linder, Charlie Davis, Hal Armandroyd, Beecher Anderson, and all those characters used to hang out in front of the Bergstrom home there at 21st Street.
Absolutely.
Dabbled with the idea of a deep-hulled catamaran. Of course, they didn't ever make any money with it, but they had a great time. They used to launch it right off the beach in front of the old Bergstrom home.
They built a model catamaran?
They built several catamarans right on the beach in front of the Bergstrom house before the Strand Wall was there. They also had a Kon-Tiki that they had carved. Stewie Linder, of course, worked in the studios for many years. Got an Academy Award for his film editing of Grand Prix, a film with James Garner many years ago.
Right. Well, I know that the Bergstroms, Anderson, all that group were one of the early.
Been here a long time.
It takes back a lot of memories. I came to town here in 1947. Remember frolicking in front of the Biltmore Hotel when I was a kid, down on the beach where all the orange and black umbrellas were. Each family had one. I watched the tearing down of the old Biltmore Hotel and just had a lot of good friends that I made here over the years. One of the things I'm proud of that our family did was help develop the city seal, which we did back in 1964, which is the present city seal. It's been a lot of fun here this morning. Whoever put this on did a great job. I enjoyed it all.
Kevin Cody.
Here comes Kevin Cody surfing down Pier Avenue. Oh my goodness. He is representing the Easy Reader float, and he's coming in a Nikon camera on a surfboard. Now that really has to be a pretty interesting entry there,
folks.
That's
an appropriate one. And oh my goodness, we have a plethora of famous Hermosa characters. Coralie
Evie representing the Bergstrom family, I guess,
correct.
today.
And
Timothy Purpose,
of course,
our writer.
George Schmelzer, the Schmelzer family. Oh my goodness.
And Marvin May.
Yes.
Harold Tanner saved the windmill in Hermosa Beach.
With my friend Joanne.
With her friend Joanne Purpose. That's the windmill that's right across
Long may she win.
Right across the street.
Long may she win.
The Morgers, I see the Sheldons are in there.
And the Resnichaks.
The Resnichaks. Oh, all those folks.
Lived in Hermosa Beach 19 years. In fact, I met my husband on the Strand 19 years ago. And,
right.
And we've raised our 3 kids here, and I think it's a small town atmosphere. It's not like me. I think it's a great place to raise kids and family.
I came to Hermosa in 1965, and when I came to Harbor General Hospital, and I was very excited to find some place that I could live that would be separate from the busy world that I had to work in. And since then, although I've worked in different areas in the South Bay, I've always lived in Hermosa so that I can come home and relax and have fun outside.
I didn't know they competed out of Peak Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
On a regular basis?
Yes, they do. And they do quite well. They've been to Hawaii and they've gone to Tahiti to compete in competitions.
And look, here is our local elephant entry. Is that a beauty?
I see that elephant on the Strand every morning in front of my place.
Taking a walk.
That's right. On a leash, of course.
Yes,
we do not allow.
Obeying all the doggy laws.
Got a major pooper scooper following it every morning.
My name is John Herger. I was the marshal for the parade today, and it was an awfully fun day, and I certainly had a good time. Continuing the good time I have living in Hermosa Beach. Hermosa is a wonderful place to be. I've been here about 15 years now. moved here from Palos Verdes and would never leave for anywhere else.
I think we have to just begin to say thanks, because I think we've come to the end of our parade, and I think we've had time to look at what we have here. And well, I guess we can wrap up our parade and move ourselves onward. I think so.
Since we're being blocked out by a myriad of people wandering by, not realizing that in fact we're on television. This is Jim Graham and Jane Turner here from the fabulous 80th Parade in Hermosa Beach. And remember, life is good.